In this video I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why I'm not really into labels and why I think labeling ourselves is really limiting, is really harmful to our own personal growth and evolution. And then why I think you should let go of labeling yourself and clinging to labels and making yourself belong to these different groups. So basically the first thing is, why would we want to join a group, whether it's vegan or vegetarian or spiritual or not spiritual or Christian or Buddhist or Taoist or yogi or not yogi or whatever it is. We all seem to want to join these groups for a sense of identity, for a sense of connection, for a sense of community, and to help us really define who we are. And these are all important things for us to do and important needs for us to fulfill, and we have to realize that those have a limit, those have a shelf life, and those have a half-life, in that things that initially can be very liberating and very freeing to us can, in most cases, eventually turn around and be something that's very limiting and is actually a source of enslavement and a source of bondage. Meaning at first you're like, oh, I don't know who I am, I don't know where I belong, I don't know what I want to do, and then you find, oh, I like this practice, I like this lifestyle, and then you jump in it and you think, oh wow, cool, I finally belong to a group, I have friends, I can talk to people, I relate to all these people. Then eventually what happens is you think, wow, what's going on over there? What's going on over there? Wow, this is all interesting. But then the group says, look, you can't go over there. Those people are bad. Those people don't know what we know. We're the only good ones. We're the only saved ones. All these other people are going to hell, or they're toxic, or they're not spiritual, or whatever it is, or the negative, or whatever it is, whatever label they're using to distinguish themselves. And then you find yourself at this, well, should I stay over here even though it's really making me unhappy and that's not really what I want to do anymore, or should I go over here and explore? And we find this battle in our minds, and really it's senseless and it's pointless, because the second reason why I'm not into labels is because we're actually much bigger and more complex than any label or any self-image or any ideal or any definition that any kind of social group can provide for us. We are really complex creatures. In some ways we're very similar, of course. In some ways we're very complex. We have a lot of different parts of ourselves that we want to express and embody and manifest in this world. So to really just keep ourselves in one little box is really just A, limiting and a source of bondage, a source of enslavement, and 2, we're actually much bigger than that, so we should just let go of it and move on. Because the third reason that I'm not into labels and these kinds of things is because inevitably our goals, our desires, our motivations, our intentions, what we're trying to accomplish, all of these things will hopefully change with time. And whether we like it or not, these things typically change, because that's just what happens with life. Life is a process of constant growth and change and evolution and transformation, and the more we can kind of go with that and support that and facilitate the process, the smoother and the more exciting and the more rewarding and fulfilling our life can be. So this is like kind of how the river is wanting to flow, but we're damming it up and we're trying to swim upstream because we say, no, I can only stand in this box here and everything else outside of it is bad, and the group says that I can only do this and I can only eat this at this time and do this at that time, and this is the only thing that I know how to do, and the only thing that's right. All this other stuff is bad. And really, if you want to be a Luddite, if you want to be Amish, that's fine, but ultimately I think your own happiness and your own fulfillment is worth more than any kind of label, and is worth more than belonging to any group. So we really need to let go of these ideas and these boxes and these limitations and these labels that we put on ourselves, because ultimately we're just enslaving ourselves to someone else's idea of how things should be. So we need to really allow ourselves to just follow our own path, pick and choose from different things that excite us and are rewarding and are help us fulfilling our goals, but ultimately realize and acknowledge that our own happiness, our own fulfillment, and our own growth and evolution is bigger and more important than any little label or belonging to any little group. So if you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.